What if a primetime cartoon has been quietly writing tomorrow's headlines for 3 decades? From a billionaire descending a golden escalator to a hologram doctor probing a patient's brain, The Simpsons has sketched it all, years before the real world caught up. Think about it, a 2000 gag places Donald Trump in the Oval Office. 15 years later, he's sworn in. A throwaway sight gag of campaign posters marked Trump 2024 suddenly feels less like a punchline and more like a prophecy. And that's just the opening act. The show has ticked off baby cry translators, Mars suburbs, VR dining rooms, and even a backyard black hole large enough to swallow a town, each idea now echoed by headlines from 2023 to 2025. Coincidence, collective memory, or something stranger? Tonight we're unpacking 7 uncanny predictions, sprinting from the White House to the edge of the universe to see how an animated sitcom keeps colliding with reality. Each chapter adds a fresh twist: political dynasties, cosmic wildcards, tech that leaps off the screen, rogue robots, pandemic déjà vu, and a final doomsday clock that's louder than ever. So grab a donut, silence your phone, and keep your eyes on the screen, because satire might be steering the news. Stick around. The closer we look, the weirder it gets. And right after this chapter we'll revisit a joke that started as background noise in 1999, but went on to redraw the American political map. Buckle up. First stop, the prank no one in Washington believed, until January 20, 2016. Politics on Fast Forward. In 2000, The Simpsons gave the world a glimpse of what seemed like a joke. In an episode titled Bart to the Future, Lisa Simpson becomes President of the United States, inheriting a nation in financial ruin, with her father's policies to blame. But the real kicker came when Bart's vision of the future showed Donald Trump as the U.S. president, a laughable moment back then. No one could have predicted that this prophecy would come to life 16 years later. Trump's run for the presidency in 2016 stunned everyone, but here's the twist: The Simpsons had already laid the groundwork. By 2024, the show doubled down on its predictions, including a scene with Trump campaign signs everywhere. For those who remember the episode, it seemed like an eerie reflection of reality, a forecast that no one saw coming, until it happened. And now, just as The Simpsons had fun with political dynasties, there's chatter about Ivanka Trump possibly continuing the family's legacy in 2028, just as Lisa Simpson's campaign for the presidency is mentioned in the show. But how far does this dynasty talk go? Will Ivanka follow in her father's political footsteps, or will she carve out a new path? The idea of a political dynasty is as American as apple pie, with the Bushes and Kennedys leading the way for decades. So what's the deal with this Trump 2028 speculation? Could it become reality? As we dive into this, it's clear, what was once a mere gag is now eerily plausible. And it doesn't stop here. The next chapter takes us beyond Earth's borders, exploring how The Simpsons imagined Mars colonization years before SpaceX made it a reality. Stay tuned for what's next. The universe is bigger than we thought, and Springfield might be the only one who knew first. Cosmic wildcards. In 2012, The Simpsons gave us an oddball storyline that still feels ahead of its time today. In the episode Treehouse of Horror 23, a tiny black hole is accidentally created in Springfield by a subatomic collider, and naturally, Homer and family start tossing their garbage into it. What begins as a fun gag turns into chaos when the black hole grows uncontrollably, swallowing the house, the town, and eventually all of Springfield. While it was a cartoonish tale, today, the reality behind the joke has scientists wondering, could something like this happen in real life? Fast forward to 2024, and NASA has made a monumental discovery: the farthest black hole ever found, located 13 billion light-years away. Meanwhile, CERN's Large Hadron Collider, set to restart in 2025, is a real-world experiment that could, in theory, produce small black holes when particles collide at high speeds. It's extremely unlikely, but the idea still captivates the public, especially after recent advances in quantum physics. Despite the low probability, many wonder, could a black hole form much closer to Earth? But the eeriest twist comes with a new discovery in our own galaxy, a black hole about 1,000 light-years away, and it's not small either. It has 100,000 times the mass of our Sun. It's one of a new breed of medium-sized black holes, a class scientists never thought existed until recently. This has sparked growing global interest, with space agencies and universities ramping up funding for black hole studies, even though the chance of one coming close to Earth is practically zero. What was once just a cartoon joke about a black hole swallowing Springfield is now fueling real-world curiosity, and the mysteries of the cosmos are more exciting and terrifying than ever. Stay tuned, because the next chapter brings us back to Earth for some real sci-fi tech that's slowly creeping into our daily lives: the future of baby language translators. Everyday tech jumps off the screen. In 1992, The Simpsons gave us a wild idea: a baby language translator. In the episode Brother, Can You Spare 2 Dimes?, Homer's half-brother, Herb, invents a device that translates a baby's gurgles into understandable words. At the time, it was just a funny, futuristic gag. But in 2024, researchers in Barcelona took the idea seriously. They worked with Sounddream, a company that studied baby cries using sound, facial expressions, and body movements to decode what infants want. They achieved an astounding 92% accuracy in their predictions of what a baby needed, whether it was food, sleep, or comfort. The real breakthrough came when Sounddream launched a baby monitor in 2023 that could tell parents what their child wanted by analyzing their cries. It sold out in record time. But that's not all. Other tech giants like Google have jumped into the baby monitor market, creating smart devices that not only translate cries but can even predict future needs based on a baby's habits. And it doesn't stop there. By 2025, there will be an app that plays soothing lullabies tailored to a baby's mood. These tools promise to be life-changing for parents, especially first-time ones, giving them much-needed relief and insight into what their babies are feeling. Doctors are even investigating whether this type of cry analysis technology could help detect early signs of autism or other developmental issues. This once silly concept is now a game-changer for parenting blending the funny with the life-altering. It's a stark reminder of how a simple, imaginative idea from The Simpsons has sparked real-world breakthroughs. But while our babies are being understood, there's another area of life where tech is flying high, literally. In the next chapter, we'll explore the surprising reality of flying cars. Dark tech and media mind games. When The Simpsons dropped the 2001 episode New Kids on the Blech, its hidden backward lyric "Join the Navy" felt like pure satire. Today, persuasion by pop is a booming business model. Brands are shoveling budget into nano-influencers, ordinary TikTok or Spotify creators with niche but loyal followings, and by early 2025 nearly 67% of B2B marketers say influencer work now tops their awareness spend. The US military noticed. Since 2019, Navy and Army esports teams have streamed on Twitch, chatting with teens about enlistment while they game. No backward lyrics needed, just catchy beats, meme edits, and endless chat scroll. Add AI-generated music to the mix and the line between art and algorithm blurs even further. On Deezer, roughly 18% of new uploads are fully AI-made, 20,000 tracks a day. Analysts warn that subtle emotional cues, or even political talking points, could be baked into songs at industrial scale before listeners spot the difference. But manipulation isn't confined to earbuds. Remember Itchy and Scratchy Land, where the theme park robots glitch and attack the guests? Real-world robotics has logged its own horror trailers. A Nightscope K5 security bot famously knocked a toddler to the pavement at a California mall, sparking headlines and liability debates. As AI systems grow more autonomous, leading researchers like Dr. Stuart Russell warn that humanity is building machines we may not fully control, urging strict safety rules after 2024 open letter on runaway AI risks. Meanwhile, fossil fuel giants are channeling Springfield-style sabotage. Greenpeace reports detail how disinformation campaigns still cast doubt on clean energy to slow adoption. A real-life echo of Lisa's solar car being stalled by a blimp's shadow. From invisible hooks in our playlists to robots with a mind of their own, the show's darkest jokes are inching toward everyday reality. And if that sounds unsettling, wait until you see how Springfield handles global plagues and ticking doomsday clocks. Next stop, pandemics, zombies, and the clock stuck at 100 seconds to midnight. Pandemics, zombies, and the doomsday clock. When Springfield coughs, the world seems to catch a cold. In the 1993 episode Marge in Chains, boxes of juicers leave a Japanese factory laced with a fictional Osaka flu. Within days, the virus blankets the town, hospitals overflow, and panic buying erupts, an uncanny dress rehearsal for COVID-19 3 decades later. The show even nails the blame game. Townsfolk demand a miracle cure from overstretched doctors who can only offer placebos, mirroring 2020 stampedes for unproven fixes. 16 seasons on, Springfield faces a tastier threat. In the 2009 segment Don't Have a Cow Mankind, Krusty's Burger Superscript 2, made from cows fed to cows, sparks a flesh-eating muncher outbreak. The satire riffs on real-world mad cow disease scandals, but bioengineers now warn that lab-grown pathogens or tainted supply chains could create tomorrow's superbugs. Public health agencies are racing to tighten collaborative surveillance networks after COVID, drafting 2025 action plans that pool genomic data in real time to flag odd clusters before they explode. And looming over every contagion is the ticking doomsday clock. In January 2025, the Bulletin of the Atomic Scientists nudged the hands from 90 to 89 seconds before midnight, citing a volatile cocktail of rogue AI, nuclear saber-rattling, and lingering pandemic fallout, closer to catastrophe than at any point since 1947. The same episode that parroted World War III fears back in 1987 suddenly feels less like slapstick and more like headline copy. So whether it's cartoon viruses, cannibal burgers, or a clock no one wants to hear tick, Springfield keeps sketching worst-case scenarios we'd rather ignore. But are these predictions pure coincidence, or do they reveal blind spots we refuse to see? Keep that question in mind, because in our final chapter we'll tie every thread together and challenge you to guess the next prophecy before it lands on the evening news. Conclusion and viewer challenge. So, what's really going on in Springfield? After 7 stops, from Oval Office shockers to baby cry decoders, black hole nightmares, flying cars, covert earworm propaganda, rogue robots, and pandemic déjà vu, one thing is crystal clear: The Simpsons isn't just lampooning pop culture, it keeps bumping straight into it. Theory 1. Satire as self-fulfilling prophecy. Writers scoop up cutting-edge research, wrap it in neon humor, and beam it to millions. Some of those millions grow up to be engineers, politicians, or entrepreneurs who say, "Hey, why not make that baby translator or Mars colony a reality?" Jokes become prototypes, prototypes become press releases. Theory 2. Sharp eyes, shared trajectory. A 34-season writer's room stuffed with trivia buffs might simply be better at spotting trends early: scientific white papers, obscure policy memos, whispers from Silicon Valley, than exaggerating them for laughs. If you throw enough darts at tomorrow, some hits look psychic. Whichever camp you're in, one truth sticks: the line between cartoon satire and headline news gets thinner every year. Smash that like button and subscribe if you don't want to miss the next episode where fiction and fact collide. And here's your challenge: scroll the comment section and drop your pick for the next Springfield prophecy. Will it be quantum teleportation used for daily commutes? A global tax on memes? Homer's dream of donut-flavored nutrition pills? We'll pin the wildest yet plausible prediction and revisit it in 12 months to see if reality once again caught up with the world's most prophetic cartoon. Because if Springfield has taught us anything, the joke that makes you laugh today might just rewrite tomorrow's news crawl. Stay curious, stay skeptical, and remember, the future might already be in reruns.